Dear audience, welcome to the show POWERchat. In today's episode, we'll be discussing on Nepal-China relations and development opportunities before Nepal. Joining us today is Professor Dr. Rajiv Kumar Jha, youth scientist, also a professor at Xi'an Medical University in China. He is recently appointed as the international coordinator and researcher at the Shaanxi Innovative Talent Development Research Institute in China. Please allow me to welcome him. Welcome to the show, Professor Jha.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations for your appointment as the international coordinator for China's think tank group.
Oh, again, thanks.
How have you been?
Yeah, fine. Excited.
You left Nepal about 2 decades ago for medical study.
Right.
For China.
Mm-hmm.
And you worked with numerous institutions as a researcher and as a scientist in different capacities in China, and proving yourself as a reputed scientist not only in China, across the world. How do you look back to your life?
No, okay. Not across the world, only in China. You are flattering me. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I went to China 20 years back in the year 1997. At that time, I was just a medical student. Undergraduate student, young and innocent. I was innocent at that time, okay. Yeah, after my undergraduate study, I did continue my master's. After that, I continued my PhD. And after that, I did postdoc for 3 years. During postdoc period, I got Young Scientist Award again from Beijing, that is Natural Science Foundation of China, as an international young scientist, and I worked there for 1 year. In 2014, I applied for Shaanxi government HR department 100 high-end talent actually program, and luckily I got it. Only after that, my name has been said as researcher or scientist. Before that, I was just a simple doctor. Yeah. So yeah, this 20 years has been very fruitful actually, but there were many ups and downs, many difficulties, many challenges. Challenges culture-wise, challenges study-wise. You know, we are from Tarai region, and for the people from Tarai region coming to Kathmandu and again moving to some third country like China, which is almost unknown to Taraian people. So you can guess how challenging it had been for me.
But you have proved that challenges can be turned into opportunities.
It's all because of the good wishes of Nepalese people.
Well, Professor Jha, in recognition of your contribution in medical research in China, the Chinese government has set up China-Nepal Medical Research Center with your name of Professor Rajiv Kumar Jha a few years back at the University of Xi'an.
Right.
Could you tell us what does the center do, and how can people in Nepal or youths in Nepal benefit with this center?
Okay. Once I was selected among 100 talent by Shaanxi province government, I was deputed from this Xi'an Jiaotong University to Xi'an Medical University. There is a rule that once scientists are enrolled through this program, they must have one independent lab to do different research, maybe basic research, clinical research or whatever. So after that, what happened was that during 2015, I was only one Nepalese to be awarded this 100 high-end talent. So that was might be some additive point for me. So university leaders and the provincial leaders decided, why not to put this center name as China-Nepal Friendship Medical Research Center of Rajiv Jha. So they thought, they discussed, they had several meetings and they decided. And once they have decided, we invited our vice president,
former vice president,
former vice president, Permanent Jha, to inaugurate it, to inaugurate my center. So he went there, he inaugurated our center. After that, last year in March, former Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli went to our center, went to our university to see outlook of the center, what we are doing there.
What are the major activities that
I'm
the
going
center?
So during his visit, we signed an agreement with National Academy of Medical Sciences.
Here in Nepal.
Yes. So we have different points, different sectors which we want to cooperate with Nepal in medical institutes. For example, with these names, National Academy of Medical Sciences Institute, we want to cooperate in talent development. For example, what means talent development? For example, management team from this institute will go to our university, stay for 2 weeks or 1 month, study the management system of our university, study the management system of our hospital, study the management system of this research institute. But
this process already started?
Yeah, we have signed the agreement, and soon I will be coming back again, and we will finalize it on what modality we should work. Again, we have also signed an agreement that at least 5 to 10 students, PhD students, doctors, but they are doing PhDs or
in the areas of medical science.
Right. They will go to my research center, work there for 6 months or 1 year. Why we are doing this? To train people in Nepal to get engaged in research activities.
What is the support rendered to you from authorities in Nepal?
Nothing, zero. I am supporting them. Even they don't recognize me. It's very sorry. It's very pity for the country like us. They don't recognize us. No.
Do you think the idea would be materialized in a situation when you do not get support from the authorities here in Nepal?
I don't need. I am trying to do something for my country. I am not trying to do something for my government. So, of course, it will be materialized, and you people are here to help me. I am not getting any support from government, nor I am expecting any support from them as well, because they don't know anything about researches.
Well, Professor Jha, you are recently appointed as the international coordinator of another think tank, Shaanxi Innovative Talent Research Institute. Could you tell us how your appointment as the international coordinator could support Nepal's development process?
Okay, let me first give you some background of our institute. What is this? This Shaanxi Innovative Talent Center Institute, a type of institute which is opened by Social Science Forum and is recognized by Shaanxi Civil Bureau. So literally it is a government body. Literally it is a government, though we are telling this as an NGO, but an NGO system in China and NGO system in Nepal is totally different thing. A type of NGO, we can say it, but has been stamped by Shaanxi Civil Affairs Bureau. So our main objective, our main mission is to develop the comprehensive capacity of all human beings. And since it is also a type of think tank, we will be coordinating with government bodies, other institutions, other private bodies, other organizations. And our overall mission is to train human beings of different fields. Some will be in medicine, some will be in, sociology, or some in social sciences. Somebody will be in different areas. So collectively, how we can train the talent for the development of this region, not only China. For the
so your role is not confined to Nepal?
No, I will
as the international coordinator.
I will be coordinating almost all the countries along Belt and Road. Till now, 65 countries. But most of the thing I don't know. Since I was here, I gave interview there, and they selected me, and I got the letter, appointment letter. That's all. So if you want to know detail about this, either you can log on to the website. Can I tell you the website, please?
Please.
It's www.shaanxi.rcfz.org. www.shaanxi rcfz.org. So you can log on to this website and you can find details about our institute, how we are trying to integrate our institute with Nepal, cooperate in different fields, not only in Nepal,
across the world.
Across the world. How we can gather all talents, all ideas, all fruitful ideas, all productive ideas together. Not corrupted ideas, okay?
Well, Professor Jha, you have been living in China for last 2 decades.
Right.
Also, you are assigned to work with the universities and research centers. How do you observe the state of relations and development cooperation between Nepal and China?
See, relations between Nepal and China has always been smooth, friendly, without dispute, and without conflict. I can say you on his, I mean, if we go back to the history, in 1956, Nepal signed a treaty of Thapathali, and in 1960, Nepal signed a treaty of peace and friendship with China. At the same year, in 1995, though our diplomatic mission has to be already, it was agreed to be open, but I don't know why it got open in Beijing only in the year 1960, I guess that. Since then, our relationship has deepened so much that in this 50 or 60 years period, 62 years period, Chinese are inside the heart of Nepalese people and Nepalese are inside the heart of Chinese people. So why this relationship has gone so better? Because China, what I have heard there, what I have seen there, China always respects Nepal sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity. They had never interfered in our internal affairs and they have respected the decision of Nepalese people. They are not confined to the string of different political parties for economic support. Rather, they are confined people. They are respecting the people of Nepal, a country Nepal. So, Chinese, the relationship has been so much. I guess the relationship is now not higher than 8,848 meters, but it is 8,848 meters now.
Well, that's really interesting, Professor Jha. Often there is criticism that 2 big neighbors of Nepal, in south and north, China and India, there is criticism that they play their own cards for their own benefits. How do you analyze the relations of Nepal with 2 big neighbors, China and India?
See, it would have been better for all these 3 nations, a very fantastic approach if there had been trilateral relationship. But I don't think it is possible now, because in trilateral relationship, we cannot maintain equilateral or equibalanced relationship with all these 2 countries.
How can trilateral relationship be maintained? What are the areas or agenda for discussion?
Till both countries never think Nepal is not a competitive but a cooperative area. Unless and until they know this, it is impossible. Because in triangle, what happens? If we go closer to one part, another part will be very far away from us. If Nepal moves closer to one, another will be very far. Since we have culturally attached to southern part since long time through this Hinduism, or we are culturally attached due to this Hinduism. Otherwise, there is no point to say we are culturally attached. Hinduism has culturally attached us, so we have much more attachment to South still now. But South is not thinking Nepal as their good friend or as their neighbor, as a sovereign country or as an independent country. They are not thinking so. They are thinking Nepal is a locked country, and if China investment powers in the grip of their influence, which they are enjoying now in Nepal, right? From micromanagement to
So the southern neighbor is afraid of, the intensive relations with the northern one.
Right. Because you know what I say, South is afraid of big power diplomacy, not soft power diplomacy. And they are wrong. China is playing soft power diplomacy, not big power diplomacy. China never thinks any nation as big or small. What I know in China, okay, I am just telling you. I am not a politician, so I cannot say in detail. But what I studied, what I knew, what I heard in China, I am just narrating you because they speak there in Chinese, and I am trying to narrate you in English. That's all.
But you are bringing original reference from China, since
exactly.
You are an expert in the area,
no,
researcher.
Not exactly. So China never sees any country as small or big, strong or weak, rich or poor. Every country is a country, and every country should play a role in global politics. And they have to decide on their own, independently, with power. It means China is promoting all nations to be independent and decide on your own, not pull or hooked or pressurized from outside. So what I mean is, maybe what we have, how our culture has done, they are losing the influence here. Is fear of what they are thinking every time is the South part is southern border. India is the biggest country, and all countries, a small country attached to them, should remain in the sphere of their influence. This is very wrong.
Well, Professor Jha, what are the areas for cooperation in between China and Nepal that can be intensified in future?
Everything. Okay, I am telling you one story. Just 2 weeks before, my friends from China were here. I asked them, go to the market and search some of the opportunities, because I said them I also want to earn some money. I cannot earn money through corruption, but I will, of course, do something here, even a small business. So you go find out the market, what are the possibilities. What they said me, we can do everything here. So I am telling you, cooperation, there are two types of cooperation. If you government to government and private to private, people to people, private business to private business. So cooperation will be of different. So we can cooperate, we are rich in water resources, we can cooperate in hydropower. But hydropower cannot be cooperate, from personal to personal business. It should be G2G, because the return is slower. The investment is high, the return is slower. But so private businessmen won't be interested in this hydropower, to be honest, because it might take 20 years to get the profit, and private business cannot wait for 20 years to get the profit. So hydropower is one sector. Similarly, tourism. Tourism for Nepal, tourism might be earning source, but we lack everything. So in cooperation, we can cooperate in building hotels, good restaurants. We even don't have any this type of good shops which we can find in Thailand or
elsewhere.
We do not have. Even that can be cooperated. What Chinese friends have taught me that don't say this is a big project or a small project. Start from a small project. Infrastructure, industry, railways, roadways, everything we can cooperate, because we do not have anything now here except resources. But we have resources here. Mind it. This should be known. All Nepalese should know. Nepal is full of resources.
A few months ago, Nepal signed a framework agreement with China about China's One Belt, One Road initiative. Could you highlight on how Nepal can benefit through this initiative in its development process?
At last, Nepal signed. It was not very late, but it was late. Already 4 years. It was late, okay?
do you want to say the obstacles that were created during 4 years, why Nepal were not able to sign it before?
Why they can? I am telling you, if being as a sovereign, independent country, why Nepal could not sign 4 years before? It was proposed 3-4 years before, just after President Xi announced this in Kazakhstan. Why could not we do that? BNR. What is this One Belt One Road initiative actually? It is for developing countries like us to find our path, one path for perpetual development. Nepal can find their one path for the perpetual development, from in-swing of tourists to infrastructure to real estate. Everything is there. So OBOR, I am telling you, OBOR might be two kinds, What common people can benefit from OBOR? What we now Nepalese are asking, what is OBOR? Just a connectivity, we will build big roads, that's all? No. OBOR is not this. OBOR is connecting China to Nepal, and at the same time Nepal to China, China to the world, and world to China. So it is both ways, not single way, not a single entry, it is a double entry. So see, for common people, from education to health to tourism till small shops, it's all inside it. It's a basket full of opportunities. For example, recently I heard that Nepalese these qualifications are not recognized by South Park, just chartered accountant or something. Many degrees are not recognized. So under One Belt and Road initiative, what will be the first is, all countries along belt and road will recognize each other qualifications. It will be easy for the graduates to work either in this country or that country, since their degrees are recognized. Number one. Already I think 46 countries have recognized, 23 or 46, right, from Europe, Africa to Asia, Chinese degrees, and China have recognized their degrees. To be honest, our degrees, this higher degree qualification is not recognized in China.
You mean that of Nepal's?
Right. Mm-hmm. This is number one. Second, you see, World Bank has predicted that $8 trillion will be required to build up infrastructure in Asian countries. And China alone will be investing $2 trillion for this. Even if we can get some 2-3%, at least 2-3%, what will be the scenario here? Have you ever thought? No. We just think OBOR, there will be a road. No. That road is just a connectivity. So they have asked me, they have OBOR fund, which is around about 100 billion. They have Silk Road fund. They have 100 billion. They have still opened this after BRICS summit in China. They opened one bank, new development. It has money there. So to develop infrastructure, we need money. And of course, we do not have money, so we must borrow it from some other countries. But why it will be important for us, If we borrow money from some other countries or some other banks, there are many different regulation norms of that country, of that bank, of that financial institute. But if we can cooperate in this, we can get easily.
Well, there are many opportunities that Nepal
lots.
can benefit with this initiative.
It's a basket full of opportunities.
Well, Professor Jha, there are a lot of interesting issues, but we have very little time. Could you tell us the problems faced by youth, youth ranging aged from 16 to 14? Mm-hmm. They are compelled to leave this country either for job or for study. Mm-hmm. And they complain or criticize that there is no environment favorable or conducive here in Nepal. What should be done so that the strength of youths can be utilized at the fullest?
Okay.
Very quickly.
Okay. Youth going outside or abroad is not a new thing from Nepal. just a little history. Youth has migrated to other countries since the year 1815 or 44. 1815, 18 not 14, 1815, when there were around about 4,000 plus Nepalese young were sent to this British Gorkha regiment in the year 1814. But after that, suddenly, this year, in these 2-3 years or 5 years or 10 years, when there was armed conflict in Nepal, youth have trying to migrate to other countries. Okay, this might be the reason. One was the conflict here. The second, no fruitful income for them. We all understand this. And government policy. Okay, I am telling you an example. I was awarded Youth Scientist from Nepal government 2 years back. After that, there is no relation, there is no connection. I think you are telling why youth cannot be content in Nepal and use their productive energy for the development of Nepal.
Is it due to political instability?
Exactly. What I think, government is literally pushing you to go abroad, because Nepalese government economy has shifted from agriculture based to remittance based. And if you go to the data of this finance ministry, legal money is about 100 billion per year.
That of remittance.
So these young people are contributing the country, contributing the government. Otherwise, government is failure every time. So why they are not pushing youth? I literally think there is a conspiracy behind it. They are pushing, youth to go abroad, earn money there, send us, because we do not have anything here. So government policy is different now. This is my personal view, because if we lose 100 billion US dollar legal money, what our economy will be? And we say, okay, youth should be content here, we should. Where? That's why I am telling, even for the youth, this BRI initiative and OBOR is important. Trilateral relationship is important, because there will be funding coming on, there will be infrastructure coming in, there will be lot of investments coming in, and youth can generate their energy here, they can have a good opportunity here, they can have an employment here. So even for youth, OBOR is connected. For Nepal development, OBOR is connected. China-Nepal relationship, OBOR is connected. The questions you have asked me today, everything is directly or indirectly related to OBOR.
Well, Professor Jha, let's hope that there will be environment conducive here in Nepal, that Nepal could utilize these initiatives from the China for its benefits. Thank you very much for your time. There were a lot of questions for me to ask you, but we have a little time. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Me too. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Dear audience, time now to wrap up the show. Keep watching us. See you next week. Namaste.